The host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Well, good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Coffee Time with Blind United. By now, everybody should know I am Ed, and I'm joined today. I got Brittany with me today. Good morning, Britt.
Good morning. Are you sure you're Ed? It is Monday. You never know.
Well, I mean, you know, unless I've been taken over by aliens, I think I'm Ed. So, but anyway, we got Carol with us this morning. Welcome back, Carol.
Good morning, everyone.
And then, of course, we got my brother back there in the background doing his thing, Pedro.
Happy morning, everybody.
Hey. So, anyway, let me get these interest groups out the way. So we got two interest groups today. We have George with his advocacy. George is a great advocate. He can help you out, understand how to advocate for yourself, or, if there's another issue that you feel that you strongly enough about, hey, we can put together and try to advocate and make some changes, because that's also part of what we're about, so trying to make change, trying to make it better for us. So, but that's at 5 o'clock and then p.m. Pacific time. Well, just to cover for George, it's 6 p.m. Mountain Time where he's at. So, but then right behind that, we got fitness with Relicia, more affectionately known as Ray. So you can come on in, get you a nice little workout. It'll last you a couple weeks. She normally gives like a 20, 30, or 30-minute workout. You can get your sweat on and, work that for a couple weeks, and then next time she comes around, she give you a new one to work on. So just a way to try to stay fit and keep it tight. Summer's here. So you ladies, you want to look good in them bikinis and bathing suits or whatever, tight jeans, whatever. Okay, come on out. Learn how to work it out. So, but anyway, I was going to, we might as well just go ahead and jump into and recap our weekend. We had a really, really, really great time at our Turn It Up event. Folks seemed like everybody was happy. They enjoyed the painting and whatnot. They enjoyed the amenities and swimming and the food and all that good stuff. So I know I had a great time. So, I think it was a great success. So,
yes, it was. Folks are painting. Man, they wanted. I know somebody that wanted to paint too. So they were having fun. One of our friends, he actually had a gang of what they call Chico sticks, and he started tracing a little bit outside of one of his so he could feel it more. And it actually, they all started painting. Everybody liked it. After that, after we started painting and we were done with that, we headed over to the side. We went into the little patio area. We sat down. Some people jumped in the pool. For myself, I jumped in the pool. It was nice and cool. We had other folks swimming. I was preparing for the Olympics. If you ask a couple of people, like my better half, I was prepared for the Olympics. But all that, it was all fun. We had our guests that were, we ended up bringing up the carne asada nachos, and we had that coming out. They were good. I ain't gonna lie about it. We have
Yeah.
other amenities too. A little bit of sipping. I was sipping on a soda though, but yeah.
I mean, we had adult beverages, so I mean, ain't no shame in it. We're grown and we were doing grown folk stuff, so we had fun with it. And I mean, all together, I think we had like 32 people showed up. So,
Oh wow. It sounds like
yeah.
y'all had a blast.
I mean, I enjoyed myself. I mean, it was just hot. That's the only thing. It was just hot.
Yes. No lie
I
on
mean,
that one.
first day, the hottest day of the year for me, as far as I could tell, it was what 101 to 105 on Saturday. So,
Ooh.
so I mean, it wasn't bad until that sun got at that right angle and started beating up on us. So,
Of course.
but even then, we had blinds. We just roll them down and block the sun. I mean, it ain't like we can see the people in the pool anyway, right? So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
we just let everybody run around and do their thing. And had
Mm-hmm.
a couple of people. Daryl has this device that's constantly vacuuming his pool. It's called a Stingray, and kind of freaked a couple of folks out when they got in the pool, and this thing is running around just vacuuming the pool, and the little hose is running up against it.
Oh shit.
So but well, again, we survived. Everybody had a nice time and stuff, So I think it was a great event. I really do. So uh, again, moving forward, hopefully we can do this again. We got us a guy now that can, make these canvases the way we want them, the way we need them, for our community anyway. And again, as long as people like it, we'll just keep putting it out there. Whenever they want to do another one, we'll set it up, and maybe not this year, but we'll get it back on the calendar for next year. I don't know. Maybe we'll just get a list of things we do, and we do them once a year and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Just a whole list of different stuff.
Yeah, have something for the calendar.
Yeah, create a calendar, and
Mm-hmm.
January we do this, February we do that, so on and so forth throughout the year. So, but then in there we do need a break every now and then.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
that heat was, oh my God, that heat was beaming down. And it was not the hottest day at that.
no, it was actually hotter yesterday, but I spent the whole day just recovering. It was just, no, I ain't doing nothing. I'm chilling,
Mhm.
turned my AC on, and just sat up here and relaxed all day long. So, uh,
Damn. Sounds, yeah. I also just sat around. I watched a couple of shows. Fear Thy Neighbor with descriptive audio, guys. It does make a difference. That's one of them crime drama and stuff like that.
well, I mean, even I mean, to get on that note, descriptive movies, they give you a whole different aspect of the movie. I mean,
Hmm.
a lot of the movies that we do on Friday nights, I've seen them and I remember seeing them when I had vision, but now doing them with descriptive is just, damn, I don't
Hmm.
remember that in the movie, but evidently it was there and I just didn't
Glossed
see it.
over it. Hmm.
Yeah, like you said, glossed over it or whatever, so, but,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
so
yeah.
that was pretty dope. And we handed out some door prizes. Some people went home with some prizes. Some people went home with extra nachos.
Ooh.
You know, and man, I was gonna catch the train, guys, but I couldn't do it. I just got an Uber straight home.
Well, I mean, like you say, it was 4 of y'all going that way, so you was able, do that
Yeah.
little split the cost, and
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, again, you guys got home probably about the same time I did. I just left much later than y'all because
Mm.
like you guys left, and then I waited out there and waited on Dana and Trina and them to leave, but uh, uh, then I ran out back to go roll up those blinds,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
when I came back out front, they were gone, so I just went ahead and booked my ride and came on to the house, so warmed up my nachos and finished them off. I don't know why. As soon as I got my plate Saturday, it just seemed like everybody add this, add that, add this, add that. Man,
That's the
next
way it
thing,
happens.
next thing I know, my nachos was cold. I said, you know what? Let me close this up, put it in the bag. I'll deal with it when I get home. So,
Mm.
but they were good. They were good. I got home and put me some Tapatio on them and sprinkled me a little bit more cheddar cheese and zapped them real good. And
Some more cheddar cheese.
I love cheese, so it just like I said, they were I don't know, to me they were better the second time around. So but again, it was a good time, man. Other than the heat, it was really, really nice. Good music, good people, everybody enjoyed themselves, sipping and painting and doing what they do.
Yeah, it was a good old time.
So but other than that, that's what we did this weekend. I think I might have missed maybe not. I'm not sure the an RS game night or something. I can't remember. I was caught up in trying to do the party, so I knew
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't gonna be home in time to do it anyway. So
Mm.
I have to make it up next time.
Yeah, and ours games is fun though too.
Yeah. Well, they are. It is. I mean, those that are good with it, they again, it costs you money to do it on your phone, but you do it for free from your laptop or desktop. So I prefer to do it that way. You got the commands. For those that may not know what RS Games are, it's a platform, a gaming platform, not in the traditional sense where you think, like video games or whatever. This is more board games, like Uno and Yahtzee and Monopoly and, stuff like that. So I think there's over like 25, 30 games in there, but
Cards
they,
Against Humanity, 21, Go Fish.
Battleship, Scrabble. I mean, there's just tons of
Mm-hmm.
stuff in there. You know what I'm
I've heard
saying?
it's even a dice game in there. I mean, I've talked with a few people who, have told me
Right.
about it, and it sounds like it's very, very fun.
Yeah, you can go in there and shoot craps.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they got, and then again, they got some other different games. You know what I'm saying? That they're not bad. I played a few of them. So again, they're a lot of fun. But again, the whole thing about it is this whole platform is actually designed for us, for the blind community. Where we log in and we get to use our jaws. It's got specific key commands to do specific things within the game. But they also have a version where your sighted family members can log in from a different server or to the server from a different link, I believe, and then they can play with you.
Oh, wow.
So where we're listening to it, they're looking at it. So,
Gotcha.
I mean, like I said, it's a nice little platform. So, but on that note, we'll see what we got going on. I know we got a few articles up here, and it's 9:14 now, so might as well get our little commercials out of the way and then move into something else.
Feeling lucky? Join Blind United for a thrilling day at Viejas Casino and Resort. Slaw Machine. Mark your calendars for Friday, August 9th. We're rolling out from 2 locations, Montclair and Buena Park at 9 a.m. sharp, so don't be late. For just $21, you can enjoy a ride filled with fun, refreshments, and the chance to win big. Remember, space is limited, and the deadline for your payment is July 20th. All bookings are non-refundable after July 20th. Bring your poker face and your ID and get ready for a day of excitement and entertainment. No worries about the drive. We've got you covered. You can just relax there and back. Book your spot now. Contact Cheryl at 909-821-9589, see Thurston74@gmail.com, or Pedro at 323-631-2122, P. Aguilera at blindunited.org. Let's hit the jackpot together. You can sell your payments to Blind United Incorporated by using the email blindunited2022@gmail.com.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United.
Well, all right. Thank you for that, Britt. Again, we do these fundraisers, y'all, because everything that we do on our interest groups is, all the training, we do JAWS, we do AI stuff, we do, Pedro, his tech group. I mean, a lot of his stuff is Apple stuff, but he does, expand beyond that, we got support groups. We got, DOR folks to come on and help you out, make sure that you're getting achieving your goal, having your plan set up and not their plan, all this different kind of stuff. We got, like I said, George with the advocacy tonight, fitness, all of that. I mean, again, we got over 20 different interest groups. All that stuff is provided for free. We give everybody all this stuff for free. So, so we do the fundraising in an effort to, be able to provide the platforms to be able to do this stuff on, as well as, the scholarships that we do. Like I said, we just gave out $2,000. And we will be continuing to give scholarships. It might be in a different way, but we'll still be giving out scholarships. People still be getting, equipment, technology that they need to help them, live a better life, So, again, I mean, we have to do these fundraisers to make that kind of stuff happen. So please, please, please support. We're trying to build our social media presence. So, if you would, please, while you're over there on Facebook, run over to our Facebook page, Blind United, and follow us over there. If you like what we're doing here on Coffee Time and stuff like that, man, really appreciate it. If you run over there to YouTube and subscribe, hit the notification bell and set it for all notifications so whenever we get ready to do something live over here, everybody... but we're doing we're just trying to do everything we can. Eventually maybe that one day that YouTube will turn into a source of revenue for us, but that's somewhere down the road. It's not something we're trying to make happen tomorrow. We know this got to grow what they call it, organically. So as people hear about us and get over there, the word will get out. So again, but if you're watching us at all, it does help us a lot to go over there to YouTube and listen to us over there. You know, we can get them watch hours and stuff over there and stuff like that. So, but if you're a Facebook person, again, right now we're doing Facebook on my page because Meta has changed the rules, y'all, and we got to bring up our followers on our page in order for us to be go live over there. That didn't even sound right. Be go live over there. That's my. I'm sorry, y'all. That's the hood in me.
I got it. I understood it perfectly. Yeah.
You know, I mean, but it's just crazy the way they're doing us. You know, I mean, originally we were
Right.
doing this live in our group, and then they changed the rule. Okay, we can't go live in the group no more. They didn't even really give us a reason for that one, right?
Crazy. Crazy.
You know, so then we switched over and started going live on the page, and now they didn't change the rules again. So we got to get some more followers over there before we can go live on the page again. But I mean, they can't deny me on my page because I got a whole lot of folks. I've been doing Facebook for years, so I got a whole lot of, as they say, friends. Half of them I don't even know. Well, probably nine. Well, I'll say out of 8 out of 10, I don't even know who they are. So just people that like what we do with Blind United and things I've done over the years with the community and stuff like that. So I got a whole bunch of friends. I think I got like over somewhere between 600 and 800 friends somewhere over there. That's a lot of folks.
That's a
So
lot of friends.
so but it is what it is. So, but again, please bear with us when we play all this stuff for the the fundraising and stuff like that. I mean, but on the flip side, if you like what we're doing, you like to help us out, you could always Zelle us a couple dollars over at Blind United Incorporated using the email blindunited2022@gmail.com. Or you can jump over to the website at www.blindunited.org and get up in there and find that donate button and, drop a couple dollars that way. We would really, really appreciate it. I mean, no donation is too small. So once you sweep it up and put it all in one pile, it's got a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? So it all adds up together. So with all that being said, my brother, which one of these things you're going to play first?
Let's start in a lively mood. We have a new stamp coming, and let's check it out. Who's going to be in that stamp?
Late Jeopardy! Host Alex Trebek to be honored with new Forever stamp. Clue: this naturalized U.S. citizen who hosted Jeopardy! For 37 years is being honored with a Forever stamp. Answer: who is Alex Trebek? The longtime TV host, who died in 2020 after a battle with pancreatic cancer, is being remembered with a new Forever stamp by the United States Postal Service. The stamp, which officially goes on sale on July 22nd, coincides with the show's 60th Diamond celebration, which honors its remarkable 6 decades on air. The sheet of 20 identical stamps features the display of video monitors seen on Jeopardy! Alongside a photo of Trebek. Written on each stamp is the clue: this naturalized U.S. citizen hosted the quiz show Jeopardy! For 37 seasons. Underneath, written upside down, is the response: who is Alex Trebek? The show's current host, Ken Jennings, announced the stamps during Friday's episode. Trebek, 80, died on November 8, 2020, following a long and public battle with pancreatic cancer. He was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer in 2019. Despite the diagnosis, he never missed a day of work. Trebek told CBS Sunday Morning in May 2019 that it wouldn't be right for him to walk away from the show. "It wouldn't be right for me to walk away from this if I can possibly do it," Trebek said. "And I managed to do it. So, what's the big deal?" Trebek started on the quiz show in 1984 and hosted more than 8,000 episodes, taking home 6 daytime Emmys. Now back to the Coffee Time crew.
He's one of them legendary kind of hosts that, I mean, to me, the show would never be the same without him. It's just, he did that for a long time. I'm glad they're going to honor him with a stamp. And hopefully it'll help his name live on for a while. But I don't know. I'm just suspecting. I think there's probably people out there right now that who the hell is Alex Trebek? You know, but again, he was a legendary host for Jeopardy. He's there for a long time. Like I said, 8,000 episodes, 36, 37 years. That's a long time to be, you know, in the TV game anyway, to be on one job.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
a lot.
A
Yes.
classy guy, you know, like Bob Barker from The Price is Right. But
Right.
Alex Trebek was just, you know, he was just a unique gentleman. And the show is not the same without him. So for those who don't know who he is, it's good to know that they're making a stamp and possibly they can research it, you know, to find out that he was a classy guy.
Yeah.
One thing too, how many young people is sending out snail mail?
Hmm.
I mean, how many of them even know what snail mail is?
Hmm.
You know, they used to teach us how to fill out our envelope. I wonder if they
That's
still
right.
do that.
No,
Um,
like they probably took away they took away cursive writing. Of course, they don't teach them how to write checks or probably a letter for an envelope. Everything's technology now. So you're the man, Pedro, to teach us.
I mean, they don't even teach cursive in the schools no
No,
more. It's all
that's
about
what I was
print.
just
You
saying. Yeah,
know, it's
it's
just,
crazy.
you know, I mean, how these kids going to sign their name if they don't know how to write in cursive?
Crazy.
You know, I mean, I guess a handwriting expert would, you know, be able to identify it, but again, a cursive signature is just much more identifiable than, you know, something printed out.
Yes,
You know,
that's true.
I don't know. We had that little book, and man, we started working on cursive in elementary school. I mean,
Yes,
They teach them a
yes.
little bit, but they don't keep them concentrated in it. Um, you know, you will be writing, but let's say you're in a job and you have a keyboard in front. It's better to, you know, to nurture that, because I think teaching us how to type in high school was a late stage to teach us to type. You know, and if we would
right,
have
but
learned. Hmm.
I mean, I hate to go here. Maybe it's because of my age or whatever. I don't know, but ain't nothing like getting a pinned, you know, handwritten letter from an admirer, your girlfriend, your wife, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It,
Hmm.
Yes,
there's
I
nothing
agree.
like that. I mean,
It's
it's
not.
not the same when it's typed out and, you know, or printed kind of thing. You know, I mean, it's just, you know, I can remember, you know, when I was away and getting letters from my wife and just looking at that page, you know, and knowing that she had done that, you know what I'm saying? And she wrote each and every word. So, you know, it just gives you that connection that you can't get, you know,
Yeah,
from a printer. You know what I'm saying? So,
It's
yeah,
something
yeah.
special. It really is. It's something special to just be able to sit down and write your own words, and it's more like I say personable.
Yeah, it is
You
personal. It's
it's
more
like you
personal.
feel that compared to just someone sitting there and typing on a typewriter or computer and having it printed out. It's something more personable. And then you
and
spray that
some
little
people's,
perfume or something on the letter and send it.
oh yeah, and some people's, you know, cursive is, I mean, it's very artsy sometimes. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I mean, it's just, you
Yes.
know, it was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can't see it anymore, but again, I do remember seeing it. I do remember, you know, man, that's got some beautiful handwriting, or you know, whatever. And
Yeah, I remember that.
you know, I
Yes.
mean, it was, you know, it's just,
Yes.
it's just a different thing. It's, you know,
They still pass love letters, Ed. Don't worry, that hasn't died. They pass love notes still too.
well, now they
Don't
send
worry about that part. They still write letters to each
They
other.
still doing
no,
it.
but yeah, but they write them and send them in an email, or they'll send them in a text message.
No, no, no. I don't think they're gonna do
You know,
email because you could copy and paste, forward it. They might do a message, but who knows?
but again, it's just all of the, you know, the in person, the personal contact stuff is kind
Hmm.
of fade. Technology is fading a lot of that away. I mean, I mean, how many times you sitting in the house and your kids are in the other room and they text you, Dad, what's
Yeah,
for dinner?
yeah, yeah.
You
You're
know,
right about that. Yeah, that's one thing that about the devices. They concentrated on individual, be an individual, meaning here, this is gonna be here, do it through here instead of let's bring them together. Let's you know what I mean? Make them more inclusion to be more social, you know. But
right?
they're
Because there's so many young folks today that are introverts.
yeah, that's kind of a little bit on COVID too. It had effects on my kids too. They were kind of like, you know, when they go to the store, they were like, "Oh, how?" You know, they get I don't know. It's just like after that, I had to kind of, you know, my little ones, like, you know, they have problems like talking to other kids and interacting. You know,
Right.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
I
it
mean,
did affect.
you need good social skills. I mean,
Yes,
You do,
you really do.
and them being in the technology, and then the COVID hit, and then being stuck in there, I think kind of affected a lot of kids, you know, and you know, I had to kind of push them and get in there and explain and pump them up, basically, you know what I mean? And
It
right,
you know,
right,
they
right.
isolated a whole lot of them and made them, like you say, introverts to where they just don't want to get out and be around people. It's just easier to communicate with them on a device.
Right.
yeah, or they
Yeah.
like only communicating with their friends. They feel more comfortable. Like one of my kids, he's comfortable around his friends, so he's all talkative and stuff. But when it comes like sometimes going to see family or other people that he hasn't really know, he's
Right.
quiet.
Right, right,
Mm.
right. Well, I was
Yeah.
always that way as well, but I mean, then just to bring this back around to Jeopardy, like when we used to watch Jeopardy. I mean, it was one of them trivia kind of shows where okay, you had to have known something about the topic or something to know the answer. In today's world, they don't read like that no more. Now it's just
No.
ask your smart device, and you can get
Mm-hmm.
that answer. So it's a whole different. I mean, it's a different game now in essence. I mean, I
Well,
haven't watched it in a long time.
for adults, yeah, because I noticed for me, and maybe this might be other adults, they default to let me ask the A lady, let me ask the S lady, you know, and before all those, one of my kids always used to ask me questions, and I had to research and look it up. But now I default back to that. But for them, right now, my children, they make them look it up through like Google Scholar. They give them sites that they could go actually verify information.
Right.
So they're making them research. But I know as you become more an adult and you get one of these so-called smart devices that are always listening, we start getting more lazier and more not gathering information, you know, not reading the news. You could just have it read, like told to you. You could, you know.
Yeah, technology has made us lazy. Where
Yes, it
before, if
is.
it was something I didn't know, a word, you look it up in a dictionary. If you were cited, something you didn't understand and had a book report, you go through your encyclopedias. Just different things that
Yes.
we had as tools, and now it's just so easy to ask a device instead of to do the research. Or you go to the library and go through some books and try to do this, that, or the other. And now it's just ask your phone or some device and you get it just like that. It's like we don't have patience anymore to research things. Even,
No,
with the yellow pages, when we had the regular phones before the cell phones, you would look things up.
Now you have an app for it though, but you still have the white and yellow pages. It's just
Oh,
an
do you?
application.
Okay.
And
Gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah, and I've been defaulting to them smart devices. I get stuck on them, asking them questions, you know. But it's a good thing to read and you know, and inform yourself with the topics you do like. Yeah, you know, it's always
Right.
good. But sometimes, like for a definition, grabbing Let me go get my dictionary. Boom, boom. You're walking over there a minute. Boom. Let me see. Let me start looking for the word. That's another minute or two. Boom. You get the word. You know what it is. Now you got to walk back to your desk or write it or whatever it may be. You can
Right.
just get it right quick and then be like, okay, that's the definition, and continue your work. But it all depends how you utilize it, because it does make us a little, I guess, I hate to use the word lazy because it's not the right word to use for that.
I mean,
It
but
just
we become
custom
dependent.
to it.
We're
Comfortable. Mm-hmm.
accustomed, dependent
Accustomed.
upon the technology that's there. It's just that convenience.
Yes,
We're
Right.
addicted to that convenience.
That's
Not
right.
I want it right now kind of thing. So
Right.
I mean,
It
you want
does.
everything instantly now. You know what I'm saying? So
Even like in the morning times, I remember every morning I would be woke up with this boom against the house, and it was the newspaper. He was throwing it, and he had it perfectly aimed to hit the porch where the door was, and you could hear it. But now, newspapers are rare. You can get
uh,
the news on the phone.
well, I used to throw paper. It's an art to
It,
throw
I
to
mean, he
throw
was
it.
perfect. Oh my God, the same place every day.
And
And the Sunday's paper, I'd have to hurry up and get out there on Sunday, or the neighbor would steal the TV guide.
uh, well, I used to hate the Sunday paper because you couldn't throw it like you could the daily
No,
papers. You
it's a
literally had to
big paper.
pick it up and carry it almost all the way to the door. But
Right?
and the
Because it's
crazy
so
part
big.
about it is you had to go collect the money from your people.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
Oh,
did. You'd come.
you
You would
passed
go
out paper,
door to door, door to door.
and if you didn't get paid, if they didn't pay you, you didn't get paid.
You didn't
So
get paid. That is
that's a
absolutely
game
right.
called Paperboy and Nintendo. But yeah, guys, that's something. Yeah, they do it to this day sometimes still, but they don't. You don't have paper boys doing it no more. But that was like a little hustle you could have got and deliver papers and all that for the youth
Right.
too. And
they took
that's
all them little jobs away from kids. I mean,
They
I
did.
remember when you walk into McDonald's, other than being there during school hours, that's when the senior citizens or somebody else was there. But after school hours, it wasn't nothing but kids,
Right.
nothing but kids, and that was pretty much the whole fast food industry. It was giving kids after school jobs. You know,
yes, but like let let's also be honest about it. Those joints get super full sometimes, and that job could get crazy.
Yes.
Like it gets packed in drive-throughs, it gets packed inside. Some people are stressed out and pissed off, and there even been shootings through some of those. Like
Oh, of course.
it gets crazy. So, you know, for them to for me, it felt like they're like, oh, it's for senior citizens, for young kids. That's why we pay a little bit. It's exploiting those two groups for
well,
me.
yes and no, but again, it was and again, we had to have what they call it a work permit. When we were in school, so
It
you
still
actually had,
do.
and
Hmm.
and then you got credit for that work experience. So it was part of the whole program. It taught responsibility. It taught a lot of different things that, I mean, I'm sorry, these kids today just do not have. I mean, they're this entitled generation. They're just entitled. They feel like they're entitled to everything because they didn't ask to be born. So everybody needs to provide whatever they need to live.
Right.
It's just crazy.
It is.
It's crazy. It's really crazy. So I mean, but that's so that's the question. Is life getting better? Is it life getting worse? You know, I mean, yeah, I want to say life is getting better because we have more convenience. We have much better technology. We got a lot better stuff.
In that
But
aspect, yeah.
but the people are just, man.
Gotten worse. Mm-hmm.
We have. I mean, You know, when I was growing up, you knew everybody in your neighborhood. I mean, you know, I've been on this block for 5 years. I know one person.
Wow.
You know, and the only reason I know him is because I bought my house from him.
Wow.
Yeah, that
You
is
know,
true because we're social creatures, so we want to seek out and have conversations and mingle with other humans. But now with the technology that gives you a direct connection and you could open up FaceTime and feel like you're almost there, that convenience, you know. And yes, you're right. People don't know their neighbors and things like that. Technology has improved our lives, impaired it a little bit, but the quality of life because of the technology has got better. But overall, there is aspects where life has not improved and actually has gone the other way. You know.
right.
True.
I mean, I'm, you know, perfect example. I'm not saying they haven't been around, but they're definitely much more prevalent now. What we call Karens and Darrens. I mean, they just everywhere now. I mean, they just feel that they're entitled, you know, that they own the road, they own whatever, you know, when it comes, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that. You ain't got no business coming in my apartment building. You ain't got no business parking in this parking lot. Whatever, you know.
And we see
It's
it more. We see it more because there's more cameras now. More cameras. Everybody has a
well,
camera on their lap.
that's the big question. You know, again, I'm not saying that they haven't been around forever, but it is definitely much more prevalent. So, I mean, has it gotten worse, or is it just because we have more cameras now? I think it's
It could
actually,
be both.
Yeah, it's a combination of both. I agree
Mm-hmm.
with that too.
A
You know.
combination of both because
Hmm.
people feel entitled and they think they could trample over other people and they, you know, think like have that mentality. And then you have those cameras out too that they're able to record that. And I have people actually tell me stuff like that in back in the days before all these cameras on. I had a couple people, like I have people that are really religious tell me bad stuff and they were talking mess to me, telling me I was gonna go downstairs and stuff
Right.
and all kinds of
hypocritical
mess.
folks.
And then I had other folks that they thought they were like, "Get out my way! If I'm walking your way, you should step all the way towards the street." You
Hmm.
know, like that, or
Well,
what you doing here? Stuff like that, like weird stuff. Like what you mean? What I'm doing here? Like you know what I mean?
Right.
well, again, and that I hate to go here, but that's a whole lot of that has to do with you know, mega movement. You know what I'm saying? They want to go backwards where, you know, I hate to go here, but you know, black folks or whatever had to step off the sidewalk when white folks
When a
was
white
walking
person
by.
was walking. That's right.
You know, I mean, it's just a
That's
whole
weird.
lot of different things. You know, it's just, I mean, that's just one aspect of it. But
Yeah.
they want to go back to those times. I mean,
Yeah.
I heard somebody the other day said they want to go all the way back to before women had the right to vote.
Oh, I heard that.
That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
heard someone say
That's
that.
crazy.
Man, come on now. You
Mm-mm.
know what I'm realizing, you know, and I'm not trying to go into politics on this, but what I'm realizing now, a lot of people don't realize after Lincoln, they developed these folks, which was actually at the time the Southern Democrats. They were called the Redemptionists, okay? And they wanted to go back to what it was before the Civil War, right?
Right.
And then, you know, because Lincoln is the one that freed the slaves, of course, you know, black folks was leaning that direction, right?
Right.
Because that's who freed them. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, there was another group within the Republican Party. It was called the Lily White Republicans.
Hmm.
And they were the ones that, you know, agreed with the Southern Democrats, you know, the redemptionists. You know, they actually wanted it to go back to what it was. They didn't really agree with what Lincoln did, you know, and so on and so forth. And I mean, we went on for a long time like that. And yes, it is true. There was Democrats that created the Ku Klux Klan. You know, a lot of that different stuff. But what people don't want to accept is when Johnson signed that the Civil Rights Bill, all of those Southern Democrats, all of those redemptionists, they jumped over there and started hanging out with them lily white Republicans. And then all of the Republicans that were like that agreed with Lincoln, they vacated the Republican Party and went to the Democratic side, because the Democrats were now the ones that were trying to do stuff for the people versus the Republicans that wanted to go backwards. They've always wanted to go backwards. They've always wanted to keep it the way it was. They've always wanted to do the Jim Crow thing. They didn't want other people to have rights. Only them, so.
Right.
And that's why I think they want to take certain history books out the classroom. Don't talk about certain history, so folks don't know. And we should be all united. We all bleed the same. We all come to this world the same. We all
That's right.
praying.
No matter what our skin tone, once you peel it back, we all pink. We all
That's
bleed red.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
And
difference.
history is just that. History is history. So don't remove the books. We need to know.
And what used to be like I say, those who don't learn are doomed to repeat.
Exactly.
That's right.
So you got to learn from your mistakes. You got to learn from history. Well, this is what they did, and look how that played out.
Right.
No, we need to do something to change that. We need to fix that.
It's about knowledge. If you don't know enough, you're gonna fall off the ledge. Knowledge.
Yep. And going backwards, it means it doesn't mean equality. Let's move forward. Let's everybody be equal under
Right.
under our flag. You know what I mean? And we shouldn't be. The thing is that
But see,
is
let's go
happening
here.
right now. Mhm.
But let's go here. I'm gonna quit putting a party on them. I'm gonna call them the redemptionists. They're also the supremacists that don't believe that we're equal. They think they are better.
Superior. Yes.
They
Mhm.
feel that they're superior. So,
But they're the
for
original immigrants. I ain't gonna lie about it. They're immigrants.
well, they don't want to say that either, though.
Mm-hmm.
You
But the
know,
truth is, they're immigrants.
And all of that behavior is learned, because you can put a white kid or Hispanic kid and a black kid together. They will love on each other as if there's nothing wrong.
They
That
will
behavior
play
is
and climb
taught.
trees. Yeah.
Yes, they'll play together, and then the parents are the ones that instill in them that, hey,
you
don't play
can't do
with
that.
him.
You can't play with
Why?
him
That's right. So
because
the
he's
behavior
black,
is
he's
learned.
Asian, he's
That's
Mexican,
right.
whatever.
That's
He's
right.
That's
not
our
kids
kind.
They don't care. They just want to play.
Yeah, he's not
So
one
it
of our
starts from that.
kind. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? You
That's
don't
right.
associate with people outside your race.
Mhm.
Whatever.
That's
I mean,
right.
all of this
So
stuff
we're
designed
not
to,
born with it in us. That's for sure.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Even like with what do they call that? The debutante stuff. I mean, don't
Right.
get me wrong. I'm not against folks learning manners and all this other kind of stuff. But a lot of that also tries to put in there that you're better than somebody else.
Right.
To me, I'm not with anything that supposedly puts somebody above somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Well, it
mean,
depends how you teach the manners. I taught my kids the manners on cutting and food and how to treat someone, but it's a common courtesy. It's not, oh, you're better or nothing like that. To me, it's like we have one earth, one sun, one moon. We should have one human race.
One
No
love.
one should be above
Hmm.
no one else.
That's right.
Because it causes problems. Look at our history. We got thousands of years. We got like in the last 1,000 years, we had so many wars, empires come and fall because there was always what? One class thinking they were higher than the rest. You know.
right.
And if we're not careful, it'll get right back to that if you don't go vote.
Oh yeah. We don't need no ruler, no king, no nothing like this over here.
No.
We're the first
No.
land and country that has this type of setup. It's unique and it should stay like that.
I
No
agree.
one man should be able or woman should be able
To
to be
dictate.
immune and
Mm.
dictate. Yeah, like
No,
I
authoritative.
agree.
And that
I
means
no.
agree.
anybody.
Anybody.
Right.
I mean, bottom line, you
Anybody.
know, we all we all are equal, even though at this point we're not necessarily treated equally, you know.
Right.
But if we give up now on what we know as our democracy, we'll never get there.
No.
We will never get there. I mean, we have to defend and hold on to our democracy, you know, and fight for what's right. I mean, is there a lot of issues within our democracy? Yeah, there is. But if we don't fight for what's right, then we end up with what's wrong and we ain't got nothing.
Yeah, we
That's
gotta
right.
fight for that constitution to stay that way.
You
You
know,
And
know,
we
well,
know
and
it's in
again,
us. We know it's in us because you look at the way things like with there's a wildfire. You see how people come together. If there's tornadoes that knock down your community, you see how people come together. So it's in us,
hmm
but
it's
we
definitely
just
in
need to
us.
do that without something tragic happening.
Right, right, right. Exactly.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, again, why does it take, you know, a tragic event to bring out the best in
bring out
people?
the best in people. That's right.
and
You know,
sometimes a tragic event could be the, it could be once it happens, it could be for certain events, it could be well, it could have been over, and let's say something tragic happens to the country and all that gets abolished. It would have been better to handle that before the whole tragedy,
That's right.
because we have a unique position. The way we run our country is a unique way, and that's how should we keep it. Anyone calling for a suspension of our constitution, I don't think it's a patriot or any type of the
I
sort.
mean, our
Of course
Constitution
not.
is actually designed, you know, to be expanded upon. I mean, that's what we have amendments for. You know, I mean, as we grow, as society changes, we're supposed to change or make amendments to our Constitution
Hmm.
to adjust to the time. You
Yes.
That's
know,
right.
I mean, that's what it's all about. But again, like you say, right now, you got folks out there want to do away with it. They want to do away with the justice system. They want to do away with, the Supreme Court. They were
The
just
FBI.
the FBI. I mean, it's just,
All of that.
it's just crazy stuff. I mean, that's what,
That's
you
what
know,
you know. What who would like that? A straight up mob boss, and that's my
Hmm.
opinion, and not no
well,
blind Uniteds.
right. I mean, like you said, that or a ruler, a dictator. What do they call it? What do they call them? Oligarchies or whatever they
Yeah,
are.
yeah, an oligarchy.
I mean, those are
A
folks that just
ruler. Hmm.
because I got $1 billion, you can't touch me, and I say this is how
Right.
this goes. No, maybe over there in whatever country you live in. I mean, we're fighting against that right now over here. That's our problem with money in politics. There's the rich people that have the money to donate. They're the ones that's casting influence amongst our lawmakers
And
and
advocate
getting
change.
and
Hmm.
getting the laws made and according to benefit them.
That's right.
I mean, there's folks looking right now and they say, okay, well, this guy is going to lower our taxes and this guy is going to charge us more taxes. Yeah, but one guy said he's going to be a dictator and the other guy says he's trying to hold on to democracy. So, I mean, again, neither one of them are perfect. There's never been
No.
a perfect candidate. Never.
Never. Never.
So I mean, again, it's just, all right, who is going to be better for our
The
country?
country. The country. That's right.
Who's going to allow us to still be here, 4 years from now,
Without
Yeah,
chaos
instead of them
and
sitting there
confusion.
taking over and then passing it off to Junior and whoever. Now it
And continue
becomes
that
a
reign.
monarchy rather than a democracy.
yes, yeah, that is true. And some folks I know they're like, yeah, I want lower taxes and stuff. But some folks are so busy at work that they don't have time to go deep into all this. There's folks that have two jobs, trying to pay their mortgage. man, and most places already in California, the rent or even the mortgages are high. The houses just reached a all-time peak level. They're high to purchase a house right now. So, in studies, they've been pointing out that our minimum wage haven't kept up with the inflation of rent prices and mortgages and
No.
and living life, you know.
Well,
And
again, it's the folks that have the influence that are trying,
mhm,
they're the ones that's influencing all of that kind of stuff.
Of course.
I mean, again, they want to they want to do away with minimum wage. They want that thing, what they call it, a right to work thing, to where if I offer a job for $3 an hour and you take it, well, then you're cool with it because you took it.
Right.
So basically I can pay you whatever I want to pay you as long as you're willing to do the work for that money. No, that's not cool at all. I mean, taxes, we need taxes. I'm sorry. Who's going to fix the roads? Who's going to,
who's gonna fix
uh,
them bridges that just have collapsed,
That are
guys?
all of
collapsing.
that kind
That's
of, all
right.
of our infrastructure stuff, that's where taxes come in at. I mean, I'm sorry, Social Security tax, yeah, okay, we need that because why? That's the poor man's 401.
Right.
Without Social Security, there's millions of people that would be. You think the homeless
In
problem
the
is bad
street.
now?
In the street. That's
You
right.
know, I mean, it'd be much much worse. So again, it's no, we got to get that kind of money out of politics and all that kind of stuff. Again, if you see that your representative, whether it's a local, state, or a federal rep, if you see that, you know what I'm saying, then don't vote for them the next time. Go
Right.
get somebody else, unless the other person is just actually worse than them. I'm sorry that we're in,
We're in
but
that
that,
stage.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
And
we've
again,
been
it
at
goes
that
right.
stage. We've been at that better, the what is it, the lesser of two evils. We've been there for a long time.
But
Right.
I understand. I understand why young people are frustrated, man. I understand why some people may skip elections because I see the frustration. Like you just put it in those terms. We have to pick from two bad choices, like this one or this one, and they're not the top of they're not the top picks, and stuff like that. But that's
Right.
the only ones we have, and young people get frustrated. They might not
And it
feel like their voice is getting heard, especially what's happening and over there and across the sea and all that stuff that's happening. They feel like they're not getting heard. There's people protesting and things like that. So
Right, but
it,
if you're
and it
not going to participate, then you don't have a right to complain.
That's
that
true.
is true.
If you don't put out the vote, then you can't complain. But it goes right back to what we were saying about the technology. People are not researching anything. Everything that's out there on the internet or what have you. It's not saying just because it's in print that it's true. You have to do your research. And
Yes,
we've just become lazy to where we
and
don't do that. We base our decision on what people say or what we hear instead of just researching it for ourselves to find out what's the better candidate for us
Right,
correct,
right, right,
as a
correct.
right.
country, not just a
Yeah,
person, and what is going to benefit me more, but as
Right.
a country, so
yes,
it
I
goes
mean,
right
again,
back to that.
I may not believe, I may not agree with everything, that my choice has done,
Right.
but at the same time, when I look at my options, I just
What's the
think he's a
better?
better choice
Of
than
course.
the
I agree
alternative.
too. That's
You
right.
and
know,
and I always heard this argument when with the last administration was in office. Well, we're doing good because the stock market is doing good. Well, look at this administration and look at the peak the market just hit. That's an indication that we're doing good and we should take it at value, like just like the past
but
administration
it
was
was good in
taking it.
that administration. What makes it bad in this one?
Exactly,
Right.
folks.
That's
So
You
right.
just
know, so
remember, and then plus 60% of us, or more, a little less than 60%, do not do not invest their money in the stock market. You
No.
know, so you got to remember that's not actually a forecast or anything like that to do with people.
I
that
mean,
don't
bottom
invest.
line, if we could just get the upper echelon of folks to pay their fair share in taxes, and I mean, I know because they make a lot more money, they end up paying a lot more, but it's about the percentage.
Yeah, it's about the
Right.
exactly.
You know,
Correct.
everybody pays a percentage of what they earn. Okay, I mean,
Right.
is it right for a corporate CEO that this make 6, 7, 800, 1,000 times more than the average worker?
No.
No, it's not. I mean, maybe 50, 60 times more.
And then get bonuses on top of that.
Right,
For
that
doing
boy.
Current,
a good job.
currently,
Bonuses,
When you
stock options, all that other
right.
kind of stuff.
uh,
It's just
When you got people
crazy.
laying on the ground because they have no
yes.
place to go.
So,
I was
but
reading an article, right? This CEO made like $23 million in a year. All right. His average pay they pay every worker was around $65,000 a year.
yeah,
That was almost 1,000 times he's making
right.
above his workers.
That's my point. That's my point. That
Right.
don't make sense.
It doesn't make
You
sense.
know.
What does he
No.
do?
So,
What does he actually do?
so,
Nothing.
but anyway, we are out of time, y'all, for this Monday morning. Since we brought it out there like way we did, let's just put it out there. If you haven't registered to vote, please go register. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you vote for at this point. I'm not going to try to tell you who to vote for. I know who I'm voting for.
Me too.
So, but bottom line, if you don't vote, then your voice will never be heard. I mean, I used to be one of them to believe that, my vote don't count. No, it does. I mean, because the overwhelming numbers are undeniable, and if everything goes according to how it's set up, the overwhelming numbers will always win. So,
Yeah, I'll let you know who I'm voting for.
Well, I mean, I'm not ashamed. I'm voting for Biden. I don't care.
I
Get
am
mad
too.
at me. You
I'm
want,
voting for Biden as
I don't
well.
care. I mean,
I'm not
but
ashamed to say that.
me
I'm voting
either.
for Biden
So,
as well. He
but
to
I
me,
mean, your choice is your choice. We can
your
have
choice
that.
is your choice.
We
That's
can
right.
have that other debate later whenever you want to. Come on, we can get on coffee time. We can talk about it. We can do a different one. We don't have to be coffee time. We can. You can come around the edge to the round table and sit with
Ding,
First
ding,
Amendment
ding, ding,
Ed.
ding, ding,
Okay,
ding,
so
ding.
You know, I gotta tell people, just write my name in. Just vote for Pedro.
well, I mean, you know what, but again, in essence, that's a vote for the other guy. Depending on what side you're on, both sides are going to say that's a vote for the other guy.
Yeah,
So,
you know what I feel like is happening right now. Both sides are waiting for these two people to get out the way. That's all that's happening right now.
That's all.
Well, I mean, I hear you, and I mean, if either one of them, well, hopefully that one guy don't win, but let's just say by chance, hopefully Joe win. If something happens to him, I mean, yeah, okay, he's 81, whatever, so another 4 years he'd be 85, but
Then he's
I mean,
retired, man.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, he's given his whole life to this as well. But my point being,
he's got experience.
I mean, you got Kamala right behind him. She's a younger generation of Democrat, whatever. Again, there's other Democrats out there. It's just nobody's doing what Joe has done. I mean, Joe is. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this loose because I got something else I got to do.
Yeah, I gotta go, guys.
So I appreciate everybody for coming in. Paul, Monica, I appreciate y'all for making your comments and stuff. Everybody that joined us today, Brittany, Carol, Pedro, my brother, I appreciate y'all. And we'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a great day. And don't forget to join us tonight at 5 and 6 for a couple of interest groups we got going on. So everybody have a blessed day. We'll talk soon. All right, we out. So.
That was
Anyway,
a good one. Good to speak with you, gentlemen, and you, Miss Brittany.
Well, welcome back, and we appreciate having you back. And
thank you.
Yeah, I gotta go, guys.
Yeah, I do too. I got to run over and get into this GLAAD meeting. I got to look and keep an eye on my investment.
Okay.
I know that's right. Y'all make it great. Y'all make it great.
All right, y'all.
All right. Bye-bye.